What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the reel of reality TV. I want to circle back to something, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on this really quick. And you can feel free to share yours in the comment section. But I recently just did some commentary and some thoughts on the fact that the event that Melody held in Atlanta over this past weekend that she was hosting for the Senate run, that I would say current, I wouldn't say former actor, Hill Harper. By the way, I absolutely, one of my favorite movies, this is a movie that's kind of off the beaten path. It's called Get on the Bus. It was directed by Spike Lee, and I loved him in that movie. It was just, he was funny. It was just one, it's a really good movie, Get on the Bus. If you've never seen it before, I would advise you to watch it. But yeah, I remember him from that movie still to this day. I've watched that movie several times over the years, and I just think it's an honorable thing that he's running for Senate. And when I saw him on TGIF, when he was speaking to Claudia and Al and Armand, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I heard about him running, but like, this is really serious. Okay. But, I want to talk about something really quick, because I think some people get some things twisted to feel like if someone on a reality show that may be on the show with other people, cast members that they don't see really as friends. How many times have we seen a reality show and someone held an event and they didn't invite someone, or maybe they did extend an invite, but the person decided not to show up? I talked about the fact that this event was held, but why wasn't it filmed for the show? Because one, I mean, I don't plan on watching the show next season myself, but I just felt like it was a missed opportunity, seeing as this show was presented on the premise of this being about successful couples and this and that and the other. And all we know that Mel and the whole that she came on the show with, they're no longer a couple. But the fact still remains that she is a big part of the show. And this was something major that she did, in my personal opinion. And she had an event that she didn't invite everyone to before, which was her name change ceremony. Now, some may say, well, that wasn't really a big event like this was. So, but I don't care. She decided not to invite the Scotts. And she definitely did not invite her ex-husband. She didn't invite Stormy. Like, so what would have been the big deal if she decided to and wanted to have this film and not invite those other people that she did not want to be there? I don't think it would have been a problem. Actually, it probably would have been a good, not saying you do it for a storyline, but let them hate, let them talk about it. Let them say, well, she had this event and she didn't invite us or whatever. Like, seriously, who cares if she has the event and she does not invite them to come because, well, they're the cast members and she would have to invite them? I don't think that that was something that would have been a requirement, but I think some people feel like that, because I had some people comment to say, she didn't need to invite them. She didn't need to have those, people there. She didn't want them coming there to her event. Why would she want any negativity at her event? She didn't want any negativity at her name change event, and she didn't invite them there. Right? So what would be different about that? I don't know. I just feel like some people just really go overboard when it comes to defending her feelings, when all I was doing was asking a question. I get it. Do what you want to do and say what you want to say, but also consider things when you say some things, because I just wanted to talk about the fact that, yeah, this may not be a small event like the name change ceremony, but I don't think it would have been an issue if she invited them because, and not invited them, that's not what I meant to say. If she had this event filmed and she did not invite those people that she did not want to be there, because when the event that Carlos had, which was supposed to be his tour, quote unquote, his live podcast tour, and she was going to be the special guest, I wasn't there, but I did hear that, what was it, Stormy was there. And some people felt like, well, what was she doing there? Well, it was Carlos's event, so I guess he could invite people who he wanted to invite there if that's what he wanted to do. But yet and still, he used Melody for the event. So, of course, the majority of the people that were showing up for her, correct? Were any of the Scotts there? I don't think that they were. So I'm just saying, when that was something that was being announced, I thought that they were mentioning that this was going to be something that would be aired on the show. I don't think it's going to be. But what if it was aired on the show and the Scotts were not invited and the Scotts were not there? Does it mean that every event that's held, everyone has to show up and everyone has to be invited? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. If it was Melody's event and she didn't want to invite them and they filmed it for the show, I don't think it would have been an issue, just like it wasn't when she had her name change ceremony. Again, not trying to make the events equal in size, or I won't even say in relevance, but it's a completely different thing. So I don't know. I just think some people just forget that it doesn't have to be that every person that is a cast member has to be invited if you're having an event. Like, seriously, it just doesn't make any sense. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly, because when I saw those comments, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Of course, she wouldn't want any negativity there. So that is definitely not what I was saying. I said, why wasn't the event filmed for the show? Of course, they wouldn't have even been able to show the entirety of the event on there, because that's just not what they do anyway. But just to show some brief clips or whatever, although I appreciate the people who were there and tried to capture moments and whatever and show stuff like that. But like I said, the clips that I saw and hearing things, the audio wasn't great. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying that if there were opportunities for the cameras to be there to record some of it and to show it on the show, it would have been fine. But that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. And I do believe that there is some friction behind the scenes amongst the named producer, Carlos, and Melody. I just believe that to be the truth. But at any rate, I digress. Just wanted to talk about this briefly. Again, I stand on the fact that even if the event was filmed for the show, it doesn't mean that every person who is a cast member had to be there and had to be invited. It would have been no different, just like she had the name change ceremony and she did not invite the other people, like that she did not want to be there, period. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about that briefly. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.